Hello viewers, and welcome back to Renowned Explorers, International, whatever. Man, I'm upset. Aren't you upset? Don't you feel that anger in the air? It's summer, it's too damn hot. It's driving me crazy. I've had enough of diplomacy, I've had enough of pleasantness. Look at this. Molly Jones, Dolores Garcia, Earl Shanty, let's go. We're gonna cut a bloody swath through the countryside. I'm tired of making friends with sheep. I'm tired of complimenting weird old guys on their beards. I'm tired of hanging out with nuns. We're gonna kill everyone we see. It's time for adventure. Let's go. We're not gonna kill everyone we see. That's an overstep. Okay, listen. What are we actually doing here? Outback Cutthroats. +3 collective tokens per level of rogue in your crew at the end of an expedition. We'll have rogue 3 by the end of this expedition. So, 9 collect tokens, right off the top. In addition, rogues and athletes gain an armor reduction aura, -5 armor for standing next to either of these, or they do stack -10 armor for standing next to both of them. Very aggressive focused crew, very gold focused crew. We are going to make violence happen. I wanted the intro to be memorable. As you walk through some rocky hills, Earl spots a giant bird's nest with strangely colored eggs. These interesting eggs are certainly worth a bunch, but getting them might prove a challenge, since big birds are flying around everywhere. It would help to be a quick thinker. It also helps to have grit. I'm gonna have Dolores do it, because -10 grit doesn't affect her like at all. Also, I guess -10 grit doesn't really affect anyone, because who cares, it's the first island. Dolores sprints toward the nest. A giant bird sees it happening and dives toward Dolores, who dodges its beak just in time. Dolores snatches the eggs and hurries back towards safety. Great. Yeah, kidnapping baby birds. Bloody swath, it's happening. These Ford Fancy Pants are going to take all our jobs. But why would we take your jobs when we could just take your lives instead? Ah, bloody swath. Can I be perfectly honest? Even just like that amount of pretending to be angry has given me a little bit of a headache. I am such a wuss. Alright, so we are going to soften these guys up with the minus armor auras. Wow, we really can't one-shot? I thought you guys were killers, come on. Alright, well, it looks like we're only going to actually be able to take down one person. Well, you know, they do have very low speech defense. Earl might be able to one-shot this. I don't know why that would enrage you. He spun his gun around and then told you that he likes fireworks? I guess, like, maybe if you are a person who is interested in gun safety, if you think that it's not okay to use guns in an irresponsible way, maybe you would be enraged by that spinning the gun around with one hand thing that he did. By the way, I want to say, I think Dolores is a wonderful character. As far as like the animations and stuff go, Dolores is one of my favorite characters in the whole game. Molly and Earl are cool too, but Dolores is awesome. With the situation solved, the crew can continue exploring. Molly is baffled by the fact that these men thought that shepherding or mining was of any interest to you. Why don't we take all their possessions? We definitely killed them. I think we're gonna go hard on the athlete thing here. She loves punching so much. Hey look, it's the hidden horde. Who could have predicted? Oh, that's right. Literally everyone. The landscape of the hill changes. You find more and more shacks and houses, and eventually you arrive at a small mining village. You ask a local about the village, and he responds, "This is the small mining village of Cairnstone. Almost everyone here is a miner. It's hard work, but the pay of a good mining season makes up for a lot. The mines can be found if you follow the main road." Well, let's do that then. We arrive at the mine to see an old man enjoying a mid-afternoon scotch. We decide to talk to him. Hey, I remember this. This is where we lost the game at the beginning of the last expedition. "I've been retired for some years now, but somehow I cannot leave this place. The charm of finding beautiful stones or gems after weeks of hard work is addictive, really. These mines contain many stones and many secrets. The main mineral found here is quartz, but small pieces of gold and amber are found once or twice a year as well. That's a way more detailed answer than I was looking for. We're definitely following that weird skeleton. If we fail the check... Oh, never mind. We can't fail the check. Molly's amazing. Get there. It goes quiet, but soon Molly returns. Quietly sneaking in what seems to have been a cave tomb, Molly found an amazing treasure. It's a golden cloud. By which I mean it's a piece of gold. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Get extra gold from your campaign tokens. We'll also be picking up a research paper. I intend to go for the gold-focused research paper tree. So we'll be picking up a thing that's going to give us a lot of treasure hunt tokens over the course of the game, and it may be that this... No, there's no way that this is going to be more gold than getting gold from campaign tokens. That's got to be right. That's got to be the right choice. Molly is going to surprise... Let's camp. Alright, I think we're going to hold this card. I'll use this on Earl at some point. This is potentially really powerful. But obviously, for now, it's time for a campfire story. Molly, I guess they're all campfire stories. It's time for a crew story. Molly drops a huge stack of coins in front of the crew. Where did she get that amount of money? Knowing Molly's roguish nature, the crew fears the worst. Did she steal it? Nope. Molly won this prize in a wager she had with an important Australian governor. The bet was on whether she could join the Renowned Explorers International Society, insult Pinkerton, and not be kicked out. The poor governor didn't think she could do it. Molly thought the crew could use the extra cash. That is 30 collect tokens that we just got there, because we had 5 already. Now Molly is fired up and challenges the crew. What about another wager? A test of strength and power, perhaps. The loser pays the winner, but also leaves something for the crew. Ah, this is nice. Dolores accepts the challenge. This will be tough for Molly. Oops. Molly hoped Dolores wasn't paying attention. Dolores is so physically fit, Molly will really have to put in some effort. This will be a tough challenge for her. Luckily, she has 2 expeditions' time for training. But will it be enough? Who can say? Nobody, or me in the very near future. Either of those answers are acceptable. Alright, let's go back and get the, An excavation tent is standing on a rock formation. You decide to take a look. As soon as you open the tent, a girl with a lab coat and glasses screams in terror and trembles in fear. Ah, who are you? What are you doing here? You're here to steal my secret, aren't you? Yes, you are. Please, just take some money and leave. Hey, let's try diplomacy. Right? We're great at that. Actually, okay. Actually, Earl's fine at it. The researcher calms down and is convinced you're here to help. She tells you about how a mining company hired her to find the right spots to dig. She even shares some information with you, which was probably classified. Oh, okay. That's cool, I guess. So survivalist navigation is available from the compass. We probably will not... Yeah, we'll just take combustion. Sadly, combustion is also something that's easily available from other sources. The rain is becoming unbearable, and the crew is looking for shelter. After searching for a while, a cave is found. The crew lays down their backpacks and makes a fire to dry their clothes and for warmth. Once the fire is blazing, the cave appears to be larger than it appeared in the dark. As you explore the cave, you notice lots of Saxon war equipment, including some skeletons, probably of wounded soldiers that died in the caves. Yeah. You know, I think we'll go for the campaign tokens. I'd love to get enough status to actually hire a specialist or two. While collecting some of the equipment, you notice some tactical plans written on the cave walls. Studying this will give you tactical defensive insight. Almost every check that asks for a tactician also cares if you're a fighter, I think. So we'll pick that up on Dolores. It's handy. You encounter a group of Highlanders, sweating and breathing heavily. One of them, who the others call Coach, speaks. Hey there, we're the local rugby team and are trying to increase our stamina by jogging. We're just about to do some tackle drills. Why don't you join us and show us what you got? Show me what you got. Dolores tackles the rugby players as if they weren't there. Eventually, even 3 of them try to tackle Dolores at once, but she keeps standing strong. After the training is over, the coach shows great appreciation. I like what you got. This will go down in history as our best training ever. Too bad we can't add you to our team. Yeah, we have no interest in that. That sounds horrible. Earl loses speech power? Oh no. Yeah, we're not done exploring yet. A group of sheep is fighting to eat from a slightly greener patch of grass. It might be interesting to study this particular patch of grass. Yeah, I guess it might be. Oh, the sheep see you as competition. Oh no. Listen. I don't care about sheep. Do you care about sheep? No. I think everyone in the world is done caring about sheep. Okay, we have to not blow them all up, though, if we want the study tokens. That's fine. We have this option. Damn straight scary. Dolores, you're the best. So, mechanically, you may notice that Dolores is basically, she's basically Ivan, except less bad because her devious attack actually does something. You successfully calm down the sheep and can finally take a look at the grass. After careful examination and some tests, it seems the grass contains special nutrients that attract the sheep. You take some with you for their scientific value. Yeah. Dolores loses attack power. That's actually a pretty big bummer. That's kind of like our whole thing. Right, while scouting the area, a rugged-looking man comes running up to you. Oi, mates, I'm a traveling goldsmith, but I'm kind of bored of this island. I want to see some new gems. Allow me to join your entourage and help you appraise your finds. I'm sure. Cool. Earl loses speech defense. That's also, like, not a big deal. So it's actually pretty good for us to get a merchant, considering that we are on 40 collect tokens here. Alright, this will give us the supplies necessary to hit these last couple of nodes over here. A giant spear thistle is standing near a small rock formation you pass by. The thistle has an unusual color and is much bigger than others. You decide to study it and then sell it afterwards. That's true, I do decide that. On one of those rainy days, you see a feather lying beneath a small tree. The feather is both magnificent and valuable. No, it's not. It's a feather. Who's gonna buy a feather from us? That's ridiculous. The burial site of the Saxon kings must be somewhere around. Once you get there, this expedition will come to an end. The crew searches through the hills and quickly finds what they were looking for, the Saxon burial site. One of the tombs is of King Egbert, a particularly mysterious figure. Not after we dig him up, he's not. Finding its secrets will surely skyrocket your reputation. However... Oh, look who it is. Thank you, amateur. Under Rule 24B of the Explorer Mandate, fellow explorers should help each other out, and I really need to excavate King Egbert's tomb to gain another honorary title. Yeah. You know what? I'm calling it right now. We're not going to the Lost Island. We're going to go to Shangri-La at the end of this adventure, and we're going to kick his ass. I'm tired of him winning all the time, even when I bring a T-Rex back to London. Rivaloo is in doubt. Leave this important treasure to someone like you? I don't know how to explain this to you. Allow my sharp companion Amir Akhtar to explain my thoughts, while I seize the treasure. Hey, wait, hey. Before Molly can stop Rivaloo, his crew scout Amir stops you. He means to say you suck, my friend. What? I don't know that I've actually seen that. Okay. Alright, buddy. Butterick. It's time for some, it's kind of time for some violence. You know what? I'm probably still going to do violence. I don't care about 2 points of speech. Or 1 point of speech for everybody. Alright, so... Earl's experimentation is just barely not powerful enough to kill everybody who comes into contact with it. So actually, can Earl one-shot? Yeah, okay, Earl can one-shot somebody with his gun. And then we'll have Molly attack with her devious attack. Just to keep us tense. Because if we went aggressive, we'd lose speech defense. And I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think that we have very high speech defense to begin with. Actually, that's not true. Earl does have fantastic speech defense. So this is actually a little bit awkward Amir Akhtar has taken up a position that makes it very difficult for me to do the thing I was hoping to be able to do. Alright, so Mali has an attack called Flank and Shank. You flank a target when you and an ally are next to the target but not next to each other. Because he stood in this position, and then a guy stood right here, there are only... Oh, I guess there are 3 axes that are adjacent to him. Well, never mind. Never mind, I'm not even upset anymore, apparently. Alright, it gains power when it's off cooldown for a little while. So we are going to just eat an attack with the lowered speech defense, and then we're gonna power murder this guy. Oh, how's that feel, sucker? Alright, we're going to completely tank his armor. Yep. There we go. 41 is pretty okay damage for an attack on the first island. Amir is mildly impressed. You're strong! Mildly impressive, my friend! Let's see if you can beat us again. He drops a sack of coin and a mysterious checklist. Yep. So, Molly takes the mysterious checklist. It seems Rivaloo was going to nab some more treasures, but we might be able to steal one from him. Let's investigate the tomb, I guess? I think. Ooh. We are not good at that. Or that. Track the treasure near the cliffs? Okay, we're good at this one. Here's hoping, I guess. Is it something cool? There's a 13% chance for the Sword of Justice. Searching every edge of the cliffs was no easy task, but you did it. Dolores was the one to find a hidden cache at the bottom of a cliff, mentioned on the secret checklist. It's loaded with gold, and there's a peculiar treasure. It is a sword. +1 encounter at the end of each expedition for each level of athlete in the crew. So right now that would be 2. We could hope to push for tactician levels. I think this is actually what I'm going to do. Well, the thing is, I know for a fact that I'm going to be pushing her athlete thing up because she has a card in her deck that really rewards you for being an athlete. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this. With this last find, your expedition still concludes on a high note. However, it's clear that if you want to be the most renowned explorer, you'll have to beat Rivaloo. Oh, we will. We will beat him until he gets detached retinas. That's right. Listen, what is the point of beating someone up if you're going to do it halfway? Right? So 9 collect tokens plus 2 encounter tokens at the end of the expedition here. We certainly made out okay on gold. Wow, 59 collect tokens. Wow. Alright. 162 status is in fact enough to get 1 specialist. Alright, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and hire the ambassador. We were going to hire whoever rewarded us for being aggressive. The study token is whatever. Alright, so I want to be able to I want to be sure that we're going to get real deep on engineering like right away. I think that the stuff that we get from engineering is more powerful than the stuff that we're going to get from these opening things. What would we take? We don't really need to... I guess this one's good to take. We can open it up now and... Man, I'm trying to figure out how much study I want to bank. How much research I want to bank so that we can finish engineering quickly. Because we're not actually that good at producing large amounts of research. Although I suppose this crew being so aggressive... The Caribbean is probably the way to go for us, actually. Nature and technique challenges are things that we're really good at. Yeah, So actually, we're going to get a bunch of research then. Maybe I do want to just go as deep on this as possible. Alright, so which crew member will gain a naturalist, engineer, or archaeologist perk? You know what? We're going to go really deep on Earl being an engineer. So he's going to pick up steam engines naturally. Advanced tools is easy to get. Piloting you can get from a trinket, I know that. We'll take automata. So Earl is now a level 4 engineer. At the conclusion of the first adventure here. Let's get that. The question is, do I want to spend insight now? Or do I just want to bank it? Like, this stuff isn't really that amazing for us. And I don't know that it's worth getting very low payouts on our insight. We're trying this as a strategy. I'm gonna hold on to what we have here. So we spent this, but we didn't spend it all the way. Do I want to buy another merchant, basically? Yeah, what the hell? Let's do that. And then let's spend 1,000 gold. Let's upgrade a couple of times here. Let's just get our tactician's notes right now, right? Okay. We probably didn't need that level of aggressiveness right away, but I'm sure glad we have it. Violence. So, does she have stamina? She doesn't. Nimble and escape artist are things she doesn't have either. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to figure out what her second trinket slot's gonna be. Grappling hook is useful. Yeah, I think we'll probably just as she levels up, take athlete stamina naturally. And we'll let her second slot be the grappling hook or something. What does Molly need? I guess just equipment. I guess we're not even really... Oh, no, I should buy the compass for Earl. We want to have 1 point of survivalist. We want to have somebody who is a survivalist if we're going to the Caribbean. There's definitely stuff there that cares about that. So we have 521 gold left over to equip people. I could just buy somebody a 320 gold thing. Technically, Molly has the worst stats. So we'll upgrade her aggressiveness. And then 150 gold defenses too as well. Get some armor for poor Earl. Alright, I feel pretty good about this. I feel like we're pretty pretty juiced up relative to how we often are at the end of the first adventure. Let's get out here. We're gonna kill every monkey and smuggler that we see. Officially, we don't kill anybody. We just knock them out. But we're gonna knock them out and then wait until the screen goes black and then we're gonna kill them. Finally, you can start your search for Roche's treasure. The treasure, once stolen from the Spanish Silver Fleet, should be somewhere on this pristine and beautiful island. Maybe a place near a waterfall, like is marked on our map. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright, just when Dolores finds some man-made debris and realizes the island is not uninhabited... Smugglers! These guys are going to try to silence us. See, they're not going to settle for knocked out. Why should we? Alright. So, unfortunately, we don't have quite as much AoE as I would like. Yeah, you know what? This'll do. We'll throw a punch here. And then we will have Molly attack this guy. Oh. Okay, Molly's going to get a kill. I was going to say, and then we can use experimentation to clean up both of them at the same time. But apparently we don't even need to do cleanup. Now, see, at this point, if I'm this smuggler, I flee. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Don't you just run away? Why would you engage these people? They're clearly bloodthirsty madmen. What we're learning here is that Earl's armor is still very low. We have to be careful. We've dominated our opponents. With the smugglers out of the way, your crew has enough time to hide the boat and to start exploring the island. Sadly, it seems this island is a smuggler's hideout. Better be careful. Yeah, I'm not too worried about being careful. Molly hears something rustling in some of the trees. You immediately think of monkeys, but all of a sudden 2 smugglers carrying bananas come descending down. One tells the other, "We're sure to get an extra portion of coconuts if we deliver them to the boss." Molly became agitated, since only being worth an extra portion of coconuts isn't flattering at all. So I don't think we do this because I want the XP. I'm pretty sure that taking that second option short-circuits the combat because it gives you 2 encounter tokens, and I don't want to short-circuit the combat. I really do want to fight these guys. Alright, so first we deal with the guy who thinks he's clever and trying to get a flank on us. Oh no, he just fell down. It couldn't possibly be that he was horribly murdered by Earl's gunshot. Yeah, he's just sleeping. You know, we shoot the smugglers, and the bullet makes them really tired, so they lay down, and then we send them to a nice farm upstate, where they can play and smuggle to their heart's content. I kind of depressed myself there. Yeah, I'm just not cut out for all this tough guy talk. Yeah, I don't know that that's the person you should be focusing on. I don't need to use experimentation, but I want to use experimentation because I think it's funny. If you have a bomb, why not just throw the bomb, right? Why does he need to put it into his gun and then launch it up into the air? Our apologies were the explorers. Here, take our bananas as an apology. Hey, you better give me your bananas. Damn straight. A bunch of bullies is what we are. You find a huge tree that towers above the canopy of the deep jungle. One crew member could climb the tree and see what's up there. Many things can be found in jungle canopies, but you can expect physical challenges, biological data, or hidden bounties. Gee, I don't know, man. Dolores climbs the tree. For over 30 minutes, until the canopy is finally reached. The view of the jungle is simply breathtaking. There are things to explore, though. What will Dolores do? Climb parts that require great strength. A rare discovery. Deep in a clutch in a large tree, Dolores spots 2 eggs and a dead Imperial Amazon bird. The poor bird probably died from a disease spread by smugglers. With great strength, Dolores cracks open the clutch and saves the eggs. These birds are very rare and need to be conserved. Yep, that's why we did it. Dolores takes another good look around the canopy. Is there something else left to do? Yeah, why don't you study it a little bit? Dolores takes time to document the wonderful things seen here. This will surely be useful for later studies. Okay, so we've got a 0-point node leading it, or a 0-cost travel to a node that gives supplies. A shipwreck. The whole thing is unstable and might collapse. It's dangerous to salvage it, but an engineer might be skilled enough to salvage the boat. Earl carefully fixes unstable points in the vessel, making it safe to explore. It was not for nothing. You find some fresh supplies and an amazing chest full of treasure. Yeah, wow, a treasure hunt token, actually. That's pretty significant. What a great place to camp with a beautiful clean creek. Molly tells everyone to prepare for a comfortable day. The crew spends the day relaxing, but then something interesting happens. Dolores baffles someone. Earl, feeling smart, challenges Dolores to a game of chess, anticipating an easy win. Earl gets destroyed by Dolores' clever play and tactical moves. Earl is left speechless as Dolores explains some new logic and psychology Earl never knew about. Strategy is a forgotten science. And then, Earl cooks for everybody. An unbelievable combination of Caribbean ingredients and flavors from the United States. The flavors are steaks, The crew's delighted by the meal. Earl's a fantastic cook. Molly and Dolores have been training regularly. Much to Molly's dismay, Dolores' stamina has significantly improved. Molly had better step up to match Dolores' progress. Oh, so she just got stamina for free. Okay. That's cool. I want to do these encounters. We're gonna have to take kind of a weird route to get to them, I guess, though, because obviously we want to go toward the treasure. Oh, it's the 100-year fruit thing. We could take the fruit, but we're gonna study the monkeys. I think Earl can do this. What an amazing find! In the deep of the jungle, you find the elusive 100-year fruit. The low-hanging fruit takes more than 100 years to grow to this size, which means that it's not named all that well. Surrounding the fruit is a barrel of monkeys performing a ritual never witnessed before. You can just take the fruit to safety. A naturalist might be interested in studying the monkey's ritual. Also, maybe Earl will get something out of it. Uh-oh. During the monkey ritual, Earl failed to notice that the monkeys were pulling the 100-year fruit loose. The fruit smashes down on the ground, destroying it. The monkeys seem overjoyed with the splash, but Earl falls into despair. To add insult to injury, some cheeky simians steal the large seed of the fruit and the papers Earl wrote the research on. Ridiculous. Why don't we just kill the monkeys? Oh yeah. As you walk through the jungle, you spot a big shadow jump away further into the woods. It sure looked big and intimidating. You start the hunt and soon find out what the shadow was. A titan ape with a sweet mohawk. The crew disrupts his meal and he's not pleased about it. He quickly leaps toward Dolores to deal the first blow, but Dolores is literally invulnerable. Monkey, don't you know anything? Haven't you been paying attention to the episode thus far? Alright, can we, yes, we can hit everyone with experimentation. Oh, actually, that was a mistake. I should have moved Dolores and, Molly up first. I'm having a little bit of trouble figuring out what the... Okay, so there's a space right here. Right here. There we go. Oh, I don't actually want to do that, though. I could defeat 2 of the monkeys with quick application of the Primal Roar, but if I had done so, it would have pushed us over into Devious, and while that's normally a good thing when the enemy is hostile, the ape gets a big buff when you're Devious. And I don't want to have to deal with that crap. Alright, so now I'm curious if we can get his attitude low enough to get him into the enraged state. He is immune to, what do you call it? He's immune to Terrify, which unfortunately means that neither Molly nor Dolores can use their devious attacks to lower his mental state. But you do get a little bit of mental state change from physical attacks. And no, we can't quite get him out. I don't want to impress him, because that's going to make it impossible for me to ever get him down into enraged. Alright, I think given that I'm not going to get him down below... Yeah, let's just finish off this monkey. We'll endure 1 turn of the Titan Ape attacking while confident in order to try to get him down into enraged status. Oh, what a dick. He ran around and stood in a regen space. Alright. Gonna keep the armor debuffs on him. So how close are we? I think 1 more attack from each of them should lower his Should lower his mental state just enough for us to be able to put him into enraged. Also, Molly hits, like, pretty hard. There we go. Although at this point it seems kind of superfluous, because I'm sure we could just beat him next turn no matter what. Insufficient. You big dumb ape. I think that we've encountered the ape twice in this Let's Play series, and both times the encounter is finished with us at friendly, which is actually pretty weird. In my experience, it's far more difficult to do that than it is to do this thing we're doing here. Alright, we kicked the crap out of him. Titan ape subdued. We capture him with relative ease now that it's unable to defend itself. This ape will be the central attraction in zoos and circuses all over the world, which I don't feel great about, but... Listen, we're going places here. Now, this is actually really interesting. I think I want to go campaign tokens, because... at the end of this expedition, we're going to be offered a choice between an equipment shop and an entourage shop, and we're going to take the entourage shop because we will incidentally get access to both of the equipment shops from our research papers. So I'm going to try to make sure that I have enough status to actually take advantage of the entourage shop that we're opening. So upgrading item shops costs minus 50% gold. This is such a small amount of gold savings over the course of the game. This is just 6 free attack. Seems like a pretty much no-brainer there. And Dolores Garcia can become confident after casting Primal Roar, or have Primal Roar lower the target's speech defense. Well, that's not very difficult. And now she's got Pinning Strike. Alright, the jungle seems bountiful, but is hard to traverse. You could spend an extra supply to explore this deep jungle. We will do that. It apparently only takes 1 level of Survivalist to be an expert at navigating jungles. I didn't realize. You were starting to lose hope that you would find anything of interest, but then Earl makes a great find. A deep amethyst. This precious stone will do great as a scientific treasure, but you could also send it away to sell it at market value. We're not hurting for collect tokens right at this moment. Okay, yeah, this is... we've seen this before. Seen this be valuable. Scavenger is a powerful thing, but it's just too hard to get somebody to level 4 Survivalist. So now, like... what is Earl at? He's at... we could gain 12 points of attack right now. I was kind of hoping to get Dolores' crew story started. We also could, start Earl's weird patents crew story. This is a tough one. This is probably turning into a keep, and we're probably, if we don't play this right now, I think we might even discard it, because we really do want to find Dolores' crew story for the 3rd expedition. I don't think I want to hold 2 cards. I think we're gonna abandon Earl's crew story. We'll get to it eventually. But I'm gonna take this. Oh goodness, Earl's unbound passion for everything mechanical, which can tear something apart, is getting a bit out of hand. Today, Molly barely escaped a grim fate when Earl tried out his automatic tent packer while Molly was still sleeping. Everyone should beware of Earl's machinations. That's true, everyone should. He's, okay, I don't think the... yeah, okay, the attack had been added at that point. Oh, wait a second. This... I thought the card applied a buff that at the time of application checked his engineer levels and converted it into... but the way this is worded makes me think that he maybe will continue to get more attack power as his engineering levels up. That it'll keep updating, which would be super cool, actually. Some smugglers are celebrating a haul they just made. They're having a great time, an ideal mood for Molly to steal everything. Which she does. 4 collect tokens. Suck it, nerds. That's not a nice way to talk. The crew finds the perfect material to improve some gear for this expedition. Yeah, one thing that's great about engineers is that engineers are great at turning things into tools, and they're great at, like, jury-rigging little bonuses. So we are not going to study the materials for later. We're going to make a cool improvement. It will improve attack and armor, but only for this expedition. Who has the lowest attack right now? Okay, Dolores. Or actually, you know what, though? No, our armor's fine. Dolores, punch more. Alright, I think I'm going to go here, exchange a resolve for 4 points of supplies, and then sort of loop back around. Yep, absolutely. Also, look at the equipment on sale. We actually brought quite a bit of gold this time, so... Let's buy the dagger, I'm curious. 2 attack power, 5 grit. Wow, that is not a very good item. Let's leave. Okay, 2 attack power, 5 grit is crappy. We'll give it to Dolores, I guess, because her grit is the lowest. Combat stats have diminishing returns. A group of locals. If you're able to impress these people, they might shower you with gifts and respect. Yeah, we'll impress them, alright. The locals are stunned. Molly claims to have arrived here on the back of her giant flying fish, and that she's in command of the 1,000 Turtle Army. The locals all bow down in awe. You know, there's one thing... It's one thing to be tricked by somebody who's good at tricking people. It's quite another thing to believe that 1,000 Turtle Army nonsense. So, flank and shank deals lots of bonus damage when the target is enraged, or when it has no friends nearby. I wish I knew what no friends nearby means. Because if it means no friends adjacent, then that's really useful. If it means no friends within 2 hexes, that is, like, way less useful, even that little change. I think we'll just do this. We'll dogpile really hard when we go for flank and shank. Apply all the bonuses. So, I'm a little concerned. We don't have as many supplies as I would like. We go 1, 2, 3... I kind of want to go to here, and then go to here, and then go to here, but I'm worried that that might leave us walking too far around the outside of the island. Yeah, we're doing it anyway. Let's get all of the combat XP possible. A troop of pesky monkeys has been stalking you for hours. They're out to get your food, and they've already stolen Molly's marmalade sandwich. Well, shoot. Let's just kill the monkeys. Why don't we just kill all the monkeys? Why didn't anybody think of that? Hey, Earl. Oh, not quite lethal. So, how do I want to do this? They're not weak to anything in particular. So I start by putting us into Devious, so that we don't have a penalty. And this will allow us to, Oh wait, hold on. I don't need to put myself that deep in here. If I had attacked from the space that I was originally standing, it would have taken 1 extra move to get out, and I don't know what that would have meant for the range at which she can actually engage with the enemies. It could have meant that an enemy that she really needed to get next to was slightly out of range. You know? Just trying to think ahead to next turn, try to keep my options open. But actually, I think she maybe is just gonna run forward and finish off that monkey over there so that Earl can come back and use experimentation. Dolores isn't afraid of you. Because, right, a well-placed experimentation should be pretty powerful here. Yes. Just barely able to get in on all 3 of them. Take that. This is a perfectly proportional response to the theft of a sandwich. I can't think of anything that could possibly be more reasonable than the thing that we just did. Yeah, we're gonna eat some penalties. Whatever, we're awesome. We'll be fine. The ruins of a village. The crew is curious about the details of its history, but Molly is cautious. We cannot afford to lose 2 supplies here, I think. Observations from a distance. It's fine. A group of monkeys, led by a blue monkey, is bullying another barrel. They look really scared. Sadly for you, the blue monkey notices you and tries to assert his dominance over you as well. Well, we're going to show this monkey a thing or two about dominance. Let me tell you something. It has a lot less to do with making loud noises and throwing stuff, and a lot more to do with who owns a gun. Do you guys have guns? No. Listen, I'm from the future, okay? And I'm here to tell you that any species that can build guns beats any species that can't. That's just the rules of life. I was kind of hoping to be able to get a... Well, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll just hit this guy twice. We'll hit him with Dolores and Molly. The efficiency of this move is terrible. But it does put us into the position where we're least likely to lose a point of resolve, I think. Finishing with low speech and one of us near multiple enemies is, low speech defense, rather, and near a bunch of enemies is a terrible, terrible plan. This way, we're gonna take more attacks, but we'll take significantly less overall damage. Also, I think it's weird that these monkeys are so interested in enraging people when they don't actually... How do I want to do this? You have 53 attack and you only have 40, yeah. I want the most powerful of them to go after the blue monkey. And while Pinning Strike does do a little bit of extra damage and is really a cool skill, I think it's worth leaving Molly to do this just to hit this guy as hard as she's going to hit him. Yeah, 57. Alright, and now we are eating a turn of lowered speech defense. Perhaps we'll get lucky and Molly will dodge. Alright, turns out it doesn't even matter. I'm not afraid of you, monkey. No matter how mysteriously blue you are. Why are they blue? We set an aggressive example for the monkeys. The bullied monkeys are delighted you punched out that blue monkey's barrel. They start copying your behavior and practicing claw attacks and bites. These guys will hold themselves pretty well in the jungle. Yeah, there we go. So we helped some monkeys. We definitely imprisoned that one monkey and doomed him to a life of being a sideshow. But we helped these other monkeys, so it balances out, right? Karmically. Some of the monkeys you helped earlier are viciously attacking smugglers. They learned how to stand up for themselves. As the smugglers run away and leave their possessions, you take some of their gold. Oh no, we lost combat XP. We didn't get to fight those guys because the monkeys were beating them up. Alright, you spot a nearby camp where smugglers are busy moving around crates. Cargo seems valuable. You really want to know what's in those crates, but you can't possibly take on all those smugglers. If you could just infiltrate them. Gee, I wonder who could pull that off. To no one's surprise, really, Molly makes an excellent smuggler. Sadly, the crates were just full of half-filled bottles of rum, and not that interesting. Molly did, however, get the opportunity to share a drink with these merry smugglers. So we can pick up some campaign tokens. I'm going to go for study tokens because I really do want to try to wrap up the relevant research tree as quickly as possible. Your explorations take you to a magnificent view, a waterfall into a deep cave in the middle of the jungle. You wonder what inconceivable things you might encounter down in that cave. I do wonder that. Alright, the crew will explore the cave. Someone must stay behind to secure the ropes. A strong athlete might be best suited to this task. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Securing the rope was not easy. But Dolores' strength proves to be up to the challenge. It seems like securing the rope should be fairly straightforward, right? I don't spelunk a lot. Maybe it's more complicated than I think. The next hurdle appears. The rope is not long enough to get to the bottom of the cave. The cave becomes more rugged, and you need to find a path to work your way down. A survivalist might know the best route. Yeah, sure. Game has to show me the skull just to remind me. Earl navigates the cave walls like a true pathfinding expert. The crew makes it to the bottom of the cave safely, avoiding loose stones and pitfalls. Alright, here we are at the bottom. The waterfall plunges into a curious underground lake. Apart from that, you don't see much. It could be wise to do some research. A naturalist might know what to look for. Also, maybe Earl. Although he did fail the last one of these things that was supposed to be for a naturalist. Okay, he did alright on this one. The slight luminescence, the rejuvenating smell. Earl is sure that this lake is different. Earl takes a sample and tests it. His hypothesis was correct. This is the fabled Lake of Life. The story goes that it could heal any disease. Earl assures the crew that this is a load of bull. It can really heal any bacterial disease. That's reasonably funny. Okay, so 3 discovery tokens is going to be really hard to beat. Yeah. With the bottom of the cave reached, everyone returns to the surface. This was a unique discovery, and the crew can continue exploring with pride, and also hunger. Hunger and pride. Earl loses speech defense. You hear gunshots in the vicinity. You follow the sound and see a smuggler showing off at target shooting in front of 2 other smugglers. A bullet ricochets off a tree and hits Earl, who cries out in shock. The smugglers immediately turn toward you. That is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous thing to have happened. Completely absurd. Okay, so you have to be a little bit careful about how many hunger penalties we take, but I think there's not really a path that leads to us taking any less than, like, 3, so... Alright, sadly, Dolores can't actually get to a place where she can attack. Nor can Earl. But we'll send Molly up. Give her some confidence. Which, in case you don't remember, is plus 25% attack power. And then she can just totally own this smuggler here. Yeah, her damage is acceptable. Well, you're gonna have to do an awful lot better than that. Oh, this one has a gun. Really not that impressive. Dolores just blocks gunfire with her arm. Just puts her arms up, and it's not even a problem anymore. Maybe she has an adamantium skeleton. Show him who's boss. Okay, well that's sort of a ridiculous way of doing the thing I said, but good job, I guess. They sure won't be using explorers for target practice again anytime soon. But then you're really hungry and Molly loses attack power. That's sad. Hey, it's Tommy Gunn. What's he doing here all alone? He's unpleasantly surprised. Molly, oh darn. Please go away. I'm not telling you anything on my top secret mission. Maybe we can change his mind by wrestling with him. Dolores challenges Tommy to a wrestling match, which he gladly accepts with a little wager. After a fierce struggle, Dolores manages to take Tommy out of the ring drawn in the sand. Tommy's impressed. After that little show of strength, Tommy tells you all about his secret mission. Well, Amir told me my lost family is on this island, so I went looking. But till now I've found only monkeys. He seems to be unaware of what Amir was implying. Since you're so nice to me, please, have this gold. Decline and receive praise instead. Remember, our tokens, our campaign tokens still do give us some gold, and I want to be able to buy, specialists. Dolores loses armor. Okay, well here we go. We're gonna try to get some supplies at least. Ooh, not that likely. A branch hanging over a chasm gives you the possibility to take a shortcut. A balancing act is required to get to the other side and secure a rope for others to pass. Alright. Earl volunteers. It sure would be cool to get 2 supplies here. Alright. We can move to the goal without, move to the end of the expedition without taking a bunch more supply penalties. Success! Earl balances across the branch with success and secures passage. To add to your fortune, the area you reach is bountiful with gems and food. Alright. Obviously, we'll go through the buff here. The crew finds a native tablet that contains cryptic knowledge. You're pretty sure this information can be used on this expedition to increase someone's grit. I think that's the thing that makes sense. So you have 16, you still only have 7. Yep, Dolores gets it. It's a message about quick wits and dexterity to evade local dangers, increasing grit for this expedition. The message really speaks to Dolores, who now feels better prepared. Dolores attempts to communicate the spirit of the message to the crew, but they understand it only on a superficial level. Alright, let's get out of here. The Waterfall Rock. The treasure hidden by the notorious Captain Pirate Roche must be here somewhere. What a fantastic sight. No wonder that Pirate Captain Roche chose this place to bury his treasure. The crew starts to look for clues and signs of treasure under the peerless guidance of Molly. But it will take longer than expected. Someone might want to set up a defensive camp. I agree, someone might. The penalties for going for this check and failing it are really severe. It looks like a bastion. Dolores creates a camp at a strategic location with a lookout and everything. Besides that, it was a good way to learn about the environment. You are prepared for any hostilities that come your way. To find the treasure, the crew spends hours looking for Roche's marks. The night passes and guard duties change, while the crew works diligently to uncover the secret treasure. It's not long the next morning until something happens. Earl conducts an intense study and finds... treasure! After hours and hours of searching and digging, Molly's shovel finally hits a wooden chest. The crew opens it up to see the Spanish treasure in all its glory, surrounded by other precious pieces. The crew prepares to dig out Roche's treasure when you hear a deep laugh from behind. It's the smuggler boss. I heard these rats were on my island, but I didn't think they'd be so kind as to find this treasure for me. Get your paws off my booty, landlubbers. He hurls a heavy object toward you for some reason, and it turns out to be a sea mine. This is such a dumb thing to do. It's gonna blow and take some of the treasure with it. Except it's obviously not, because Earl's great at everything. With sweaty hands, Earl manages to defuse the old bomb. You're able to secure some valuables before the boss comes in. The boss confronts you. It seems you won't go down with just an old sea mine. We'll show you what happens when you disrespect my territory. Fellas, get the treasure and crush these landlubbers. I just want to take a moment and note here. We're on 6 big tokens for this expedition already. Things are going okay. We're doing fine. Fine plus. Fine and then some. 5.5. Alright, so he started all the way in the middle of nowhere, basically. I think we can just punch all of them, right? Yeah. 3 physical attacks, 3 defeated enemies. And finally, shooting one in the face. I have to say that the strategy she has of jamming her spearhead into the ground and like having it support her entire weight in the air for a moment cannot be good for the spear. Right? I'm no expert on spear care. I doubt anyone is. But it just seems like a really bad idea to me. So I guess we'll group up. It's going to take this guy a turn of walking to get to us, so I'm not too concerned about him. Alright, I want to make sure that Earl has pretty high damage output on his experimentation here. So we're at 40% attack plus 50 with all of his bonuses and whatnot. How far can she get? We still run forward. Alright. So first, we hit this guy with the Enrage, which he's weak against, and which is buffed by the current mood. Then we get him with the Flankenshank, which is more powerful against enraged targets, and then also obviously it's physical damage, so, you know, reduced armor. Yeah, and we're gonna finish this guy off with our next attack. 3 hits is all it takes. We're too good. Alright, I think Molly's probably got this. Yeah. I have to say, this was a very unimpressive showing. Usually that guy gives us a little bit more resistance. The smugglers lie defeated at your feet. Molly makes it clear that there's more of that to come if the smugglers don't leave this island quickly. The crew's physical prowess has intimidated the boss, and they run away, vowing to leave you and the island alone. Without those irksome outlaws to bother you, you can retrieve Roche's treasure easily. Alright, So, this is +3 study on a spin type that's fairly common for Earl. Or, we could just increase the I mean, the current outcome of these tokens is about 5. So this is like a 40% increase in the amount of study we get from study tokens. Or research that we get from study tokens. I think we're actually going to take this. With Roche's treasure in your hands, the expedition is a success. You can proudly return to London with this old Spanish treasure. Well done. I do feel like I did well. And we got to just beat the crap out of everyone we came across, which is pretty valuable to me. I really like, you know, engaging in a little recreational violence every now and then. Who doesn't? So once we write a couple of research papers, we're gonna have gold coming in from every kind of token. All the small ones anyway. 339 research is not terrible. With that great adventure behind you, you can send a report to an explorer-welcoming city. So we're gonna unlock the Entourage Hall because we're going to get the other place for free. So, steam engines or spotting? Steam engines. Definitely. Okay, yeah, this does continue to update as you upgrade your engineering. So that's good. That's a good thing to know. It's not super relevant here, but it might be relevant in the future. So, our payouts aren't a tremendous amount better, and honestly, it would still be kind of cool if we could get places without spending insight. So, +1 to 3 research from collect tokens. We're getting there. +2 collect whenever Molly and Earl succeed on the adventure wheel. That's pretty relevant. Improved cargo, definitely. And yeah, in fact, we are able to just complete the tree without having to spend any of our insight, so I think we're going to hold on to it. Alright, now, the new Entourage spots that we opened. We could do this thing, get more status from our collect tokens. Or it costs 50. I don't remember the cost of the specialists here that upgrade your token payouts. I think we'll start with dirt, I guess. Athlete stamina and quick think are nimble. Neither of those are like terribly compelling. Athlete stamina is far too easy to come by. I mean, we could instead go for one of these other things. Gain some gold from our other tokens rather than gaining something more from our gold token. Huh. We're gonna be so focused on getting collect tokens though with their value all pumped up. I guess this isn't a terrible thing to do. Does Dolores have tough? She doesn't. Yeah, let's do this. We'll get tough for Dolores. And now our yellow tokens and our green tokens are both great. Rather than just focusing up a single type of token. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. So we have unlocked, earlier than usual, the shop with the sweet gloves. So, we're going to be buying some Master Red gloves for some people. Actually, how much does this sell for? Okay, so at least we net profited by buying this thing that I don't think is very good. I guess the question is a Master Red Glove really better than... Like, the Master Glove is 14 attack power, 6 speech power. And the Master Red Glove is 14 attack power, 8 speech power. The thing is, Earl does so much damage that I'm a little bit reticent to be like, oh yeah, you're definitely going to want to cast Enrage instead of shooting people. But actually, Molly is about to pick up an ability that gives her Enrage as well. Yeah, let's sell this, because I don't think it's very good. Actually, hold on. Let's not sell that. Let's sell these. Buy this for her. Do I want to just buy Master Red Gloves for Earl as well? Yeah, let's do that. Plus 5 armor, that's okay. I don't remember what the new things here are. Okay, not terribly new. Piloting and Tinkerer. Do you have... Okay, you already have Tinkerer, but that's a way we could pick up Piloting if we wanted to. And then this gives Athlete Smashing. And gives us plus 10 attack when the mood is hostile, which is a thing that happens. Do you have Smashing? You don't. Okay, so this hammer is probably getting purchased then. Oh, this would leave us 2 gold short. Well, you know what? This is just plus 1 armor. It's not worth holding on to. Oh, we'll give this to Molly for now. We'll swap it onto Dolores when she gains a level, which will happen relatively soon. Okay, I think that's going to be it. We're going to bank the insight that we have, wait for a better way to spend it, which will come along shortly. And I think we're going to the Andes on this one. Diplomat, not so much, but Rogue Survivalist Engineer we're good at. Expect plenty of research and status. We'll still get lots of collect tokens just because that's what we do. But yeah, I think we're going on an Andean adventure. Come back next time to see if we get... there's still stuff in the Andes that we haven't seen yet. I'm excited. Come back next time to see if we do. And we'll see you then.